Okay, so I am so excited to interview my newest Ruby. She is a rock star. Like she literally like when I think of Gabby, I think of someone she is like she's already a diamond. Like it's just a matter of volume and distributors. Like that's it. Like she has the mindset, she has the drive, like she is amazing. She promoted to Ruby. She had a slower start than some people. She promoted to Ruby in 5 months. She was actually originally a 400 box for me. So you guys just have to like literally like pay attention to all of your distributors because you have no idea who's going to end up being a rock star. Like she is amazing. And I've seen so much growth from her. Like she's just like, I could talk about her forever, but she's like one of my closest friends in this business and I love her so much. So Gabby, if you could just, this is my first interview that I'm conducting. This is her first interview that she's having. So we're both, we're just going with it. But if you could just tell me how you found it works, maybe some fears or hesitations that you had going into it, and why you decided to join.
Hi there. So when I joined, I remember it was in December. It was actually the whole month of December when Alexa messaged me. Like when I saw her first message, I was so shocked because I didn't know her. Like I was so shocked. I was like, who is this girl like that's messaging me like random? Because I had a little bit of followers. I only had like 300 followers. So I never thought like someone like that will message me. And then besides the fact that like those messages are usually like scam, or you feel like, oh, who is that? They're just but I ignored her first message, I remember, and I just went to go see her profile because it intrigued me to go see what she was about. So then I see all her pretty pictures and I see like, this girl, she's so cute, like, it's just a normal girl, she's college girl, 22, she's obviously younger than me. And when I started seeing all her numbers that she's making, I was like shocked and like, happy to see that. But then I was like, how is that even possible? Like I never like seen it in my life. It was like the first time. So then I remember one time I was visiting my mom and I was like literally just waiting for her, like killing time. And I was obviously like normal, human being, just being on their phone, scrolling. And then I saw that she had the promotion for $20. So when she messaged me before, it was for $99. And I remember having a conversation and she told me about it. So for me, it was, obviously the first thing, money's really tight. So like everybody says, like we don't have $100 just like floating around there to, join in something like this when you don't even know about it. So I said no. I said I was think about it and see what happens in the next coming days. So then when I saw that post, or I think it was a story that she did on Instagram for $20, I messaged her and I was really raw and I was like, are you serious? Is this true? Like for $20? And she said, yeah. And then since then that was like Thursday. And that's when I enrolled and I did everything. And then that's how I started.
Yeah, awesome. Oh my gosh. I like it's just so funny because like, some people like they answer like right away like when you message them, but then there's other people like and that just goes to show that like whenever you message someone, you're planting seeds because if I didn't plant that seed in Gabby, like she either would have joined someone else or would have never done this and would have never changed her life. And so it's just so crazy to like see that like just that one seed, like she went to my profile, she looked at like, like what it was all about, and she like she became interested and she was like, well, I don't even really have the money to join. And then that $20 came around and she was like, okay, let's do it. Like I have nothing to lose at that point. And so, yeah, okay, that's so awesome. So one of the fears that you kind of had going into it was just like the money aspect of it. So, why did you finally decide to join? Like, what were you needing like the extra money for?
So when I finally said yes, besides from the fact that like I thought I was gonna have for my family. My first reaction from my sister was like, "Don't do it," but it's like it's not gonna work, or it's just like a waste of time, or whatever. Just because also I thought that she didn't see me doing something like this, and then my first thought was, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about like why. So I took over mom's business, I would say over a year ago, just because of the fact that unfortunately, I'm Mexican. I live in California and San Diego, so we're really close to the border. So, I'm Hispanic, family that came here for obviously for, and unfortunately my mom, has been being deported. So my mom is no longer with us. So I had to take over her business. So that was like a really, really big impact, just because before that, obviously I had more freedom of like actually like my life, of taking, you know, so much abilities. Like she was a housekeeper, so she had multiple houses, and I obviously had to take over that, but then I had to, you know, manage to have that in my schedule, just because I also have my full-time job. So I did have that, but then again, you know, we all have our bills. So my full-time job, it only covered enough, and then everything just on taking over the house, on taking over the payments of our car, like it just like the bills just build up like literally like crazy. So then in my mind I was like, what am I going to do? So then obviously I took over my mom's business, which did help and everything, but I still had to manage to help her out, you know, Mexico, because what was she going to do? Like she doesn't have anybody. We have family, but you know, we didn't have the support whatsoever. So when I saw that, you know, Alexa has been posting me, like that has been always in the back of my mind. I was always going to work. I was thinking about that. And, you know, that was like my fear of just money, just because I didn't have the $100. So I decided to say yes, just because I knew that this was going to give me the opportunity to make way more, and to obviously, you know, get rid of that part-time job that I have, just because it's draining. I'm literally working like every single day. Like I don't have a day off, but then I still like, I don't know, just something in me told me that this was like the sign, like this sign for me to just go for it and just do it. Like if I'm already freaking like busy, like what else am I going to be doing besides on my days off, or like the couple minutes I have before going to sleep? Like I need to make this happen. Like regardless, I'm always on my, so that's how I thought of it. Like and besides that, I'm always being like the person that it's really helpful. Like I'm always there for everyone, and I leave, you know, myself at the very end, which is like bad, but I'm, you know, I'm trying to change that. So when I saw all about these products, like at the same time I thought about myself, because I feel that I was stuck and wasn't taking care of myself. So I was like, well, I'm going to try this product, which is going to help me. It's going to motivate me. It's going to push me. And then why not like doing it while, you know, helping other people and still getting paid just by being on my phone. That was like the whole concept and the way I saw it. So the push and the motivation was literally like my mom not being here with us. I take care of my sister, and you know, I'm married, so I still have that whole like responsibility that she looks up for me. So I kind of had that as a motivation for her, so she can see that everything's possible at the same time. Like she's a college student, but then, you know, she's still learning. She still understands. She's young mentality. But that was one of the 3 main reasons why I joined.
That's so, oh God, I didn't even know that part about your story. That's so crazy. Like we talk like every day, but I had no idea about that part. That's so, and that's like one of the things too, is like when, you know, people are messaged about this business, they're like, oh, I have so much stuff going on. Oh, I'm so busy. Oh, this is happening. Oh, it's not a good time for me. Like, oh, like I'm going through this and this and this. But like Gabby literally like took all of those reasons and was like, okay, this is why I need to do this. Like she was like, this is going to help like me and my family. This is going to help not only the fact that like I like, you know, like I've been helping my mom with my like her housekeeping like service, but like I'm going to be able to relieve myself of some of that, like, you know, like I don't even know, like that weight, like you have so much weight on your shoulders, you know, like with that whole thing. And this is just like something that literally was able to save you. So like, it's just all a matter of perspective. Like you can either let it defeat you, you can let this business defeat you, or you can let it save you. And what, okay, that was really, sorry. I just like, I'm like, I thought there was like a ghost there or something. I told my whole family not to come down here, but I get distracted. But anyways, but no, that's just like, that's something that like, I feel like we need to talk about, is like the fact that like she has all of these things going on. She has all of these reasons that she doesn't have time, and she made time for it because she's like, well, this is going to help me in the future. Like this is going to help me with like my future life. Like I see how much this girl is making, like regardless of whoever it is, like I see how much she's making. And she had like a huge reason why she did this. So that's another thing too, is Gabby is literally a full-time retail manager. Okay. Like sometimes like she's on Zoom and I'm like, Gabby, are you at work? And she's like, yeah, I'm just like in the back. Like, I'm like, you can do that, but like, I'm cool with it, you know, but like, it's like, you know, people can make time either an excuse, or they can say, okay, well, I'm taking on all of these things. I'm barely making ends meet. I'm barely, like having any time for myself. And this business is going to relieve me of that. So like, I'm just so inspired by you, and you are just like such a rock star and so amazing. And your why is just like, like so awesome. And I just appreciate you so much. But okay, so how let's just like get down to it, because people want to know your secrets, because you are literally amazing with like enrolling people. Sorry, is everything good? Yeah, okay, just making sure. I just want to make sure you hear everything. But what was I gonna say? But let's just get down to it, because I feel like you have so many like awesome like secrets and tips about things, not even secrets, but like, just things that I feel like more people need to hear. How are you enrolling distributors? Are you posting? Are you messaging for them? What are you doing exactly for that?
So what I'm doing on a daily basis, I try to be more organized, because at the beginning I didn't know, like, obviously how to put everything together. So I started my day of involving my life, that when I wake up, if I do my coffee or whatever I'm cooking or whatever it is, it's happening. And then I start, making sure that I'm putting the slides of like the products that I'm using on a daily routine. So for instance, like the keto coffee, and then I involve also like the opportunity in between, but I always try to do a post at least every day, or if it's not like every other day, just because of like time. And I try to be more like, at the beginning it was more so like, copy and paste, because, I didn't know what I was doing, like, everybody that's starting. But then after that, I started being more genuine, just because like, the way I saw you, Alexa, like when you were, doing all your posts, so I saw that it was coming, like it was coming from you. It wasn't coming from like, an automated script. So, so that triggered me to join, and that triggered me to, be part of this company, which is, it's sometimes, what's it called, like nerve-wracking to join, because you know about a business. I try to just be more genuine, so I try to talk about more about me, like what I'm gonna do with my life when, like, for instance, like the promotion comes, and just being more me, because before I was always, like the shy person that I never posted at all, besides from just, if I was out with my family or whatnot. But I started being more like that, and at least I started following more people too every day. And then when everybody will like the picture, or commented anything, or even would just like comment like, oh, you're so pretty, or whatever it can be, I will just start talking to them in more genuine, like, hey, how you been? I started being more like me, instead of just, oh, hey, I want you to join for my business for $99. Obviously I didn't start with that. So I started to get to know the person, and then little by little, like when they tell me like, oh my God, like I'm stuck at work, or this and this and that, I will ask them. And then at the very end, I will be like, have you ever thought about working social media marketing, like through your phone? Like, have you thought about that at all? And then that's how it will start. And the majority of people will tell me like, no, I wouldn't. I have never thought about it. And then I found when I started, I dig in through all in the group about post ideas and sample messages. So my phone is like all freaking full with everything. So I found one that had like 3 reasons to join, and then talked about like a little bit of everything. So I started like telling them, let me tell you 3 reasons why you need to join at work. So then I will give them like about the commission, about the wraps, about the pay, about everything, just a little bit of explaining, and then a little bit about the company. And then from there, they will be like, oh my God, like I never thought about it. Like, oh, what products like do you guys have? And then it started like that. And then obviously sometimes they wouldn't answer, and then I will leave them, but I will still try to talk to whoever was, next. I never got stuck with only one person, because, I'm not going to just wait and then, months pass by and she's never going to respond, or never decide if she's ever going to say yes. So that's how I kind of like started doing it. And it has been working for me a little bit. I still have my potentials and like the people that have enrolled, but that's just how it is. I mean, it has no magic. I'm just being me.
And that's so important. I think that like even something I forget, like forming like genuine connections, and not just saying, hey, join my business for $99. Hey, like, do you want to try these products? Like literally just genuinely saying, hey, how have you been? Or, like, hey, how are you? Or, hey, I saw your profile about this. Like, like congratulations on this, like whatever it might be, like just being personable with people is going to get you so far, because, even though like, you know, you're trying to figure out like who like you want to join your team, you're building relationships, and it's kind of better to build relationships prior to even someone joining your team, because it's just like they trust you more. Like they like, you know, like they trust Gabby because like she is just so like, oh my gosh, like how is this, like how are the kids, how is, you know, like how's life going, like whatever it might be. And she doesn't start off with the business, which I mean, honestly, I'm even learning, like I'm taking notes right now because like I'm like, you know, like I like sometimes like I feel like we get so caught up in just like business because we are in a business, but at the same time we're in a business that changes people's lives, and you're not going to change people's lives with people that you don't connect with. You know what I mean? Like you like, you know, like you have to form like those genuine connections, and I think that's so important, and I think that's something that a lot of people like forget about. So I think that's like super awesome, and like just like an easy tip, you know, like it's easy, like just message someone, ask them about something besides the business. Like that's it, like that's all you have to do. Like it doesn't take much, it's just literally like, you know, like it's just being genuine with people. And so I think that's super important, because if you're genuine with people, God is going to bless you with the right type of people. He's gonna bless you with like the right type of connections, and it's just gonna make for a better team, like period. Like, or better customers. You know, like you don't want your customers to hate you, like you want them to like you. And so like forming like genuine connections with them, actually getting to know like, you know, like their health and wellness goals or whatever it might be, like that's so important. And like I'm literally learning from Gabby right now. Like I'm telling you guys, like she is a ruby that thinks like a diamond. Like she is amazing. And like I just think that her tips are just like some things that people don't even really think about, because, you know, as like when I went Ruby, I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know I went Ruby until my enroller and told me. And she literally knows how to chart. She knows how to build connections. She knows how to message. She knows how to post. Like I remember in the very beginning, and I went back through our messages today, because I was like, what was like the, like, you know, the journey of Gabby? And I went back and looked, and like she would message me and say, hey, is this opportunity post okay? Hey, is this message okay? Hey, can you help me answer this? Hey, can, like, utilize the people, like utilize your upline, utilize your resources, do that. Because look at like Gabby went Ruby, like she did it. And, you know, even though she did have a slower start, she still did it because she kept asking questions every single day. I remember there was this one text that I saw, and I can't remember exactly what it says. It's somewhere in my notes. My notes are a disaster because it's my first interview, so I was like writing everything down. I didn't even know what to write. But she said something like, what did she say? She's like, I just want to learn more and know more. Okay, that's all you need in the business. You just have to know how to learn more, and you just want to know more, and that's it. Like period. Like everything can be learned through this business, and you just have to be willing. You just have to be willing to learn you know, what this business takes, how to make an opportunity post, how to post on your Instagram story, how to form connections, how to message, all of that stuff. Like she didn't know. Gabby, did you know anything before this business? Did you even know really what you were hopping into?
Not really. Honestly, when I started, like I'm gonna be really raw and honest with you guys. The first thing I thought, it was just, oh, I'm just gonna be posting pretty pictures. I'm gonna be sliding, doing my stories, doing my posts, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna be doing. And I said yes to that. And when I found out that I needed to, you know, talk to customers, and I needed to expand my team, and I needed to do opportunity posts that, you know, be consistent and take this as a daily routine of like literally your life, I was so shocked, and I was like, how in the heck am I going to do this? Like I said, I barely even have time to freaking shower. Like, like, how am I going to do this? So obviously I had to plan everything out. Like, I'm still doing it. Like, I'm obviously I'm still learning, and I'm learning from you. I'm learning from everyone. I started following every single person that's in the top, or even not in the top, like even just girls are still like in my same promotion, because I didn't know, but I put my mind to it. And I've always been the type of girl that when I see something, I go for it. Like I always try, because I never want to have the regret of saying like, what if I would have done that? I asked myself like literally 1,000 times before saying yes to you. I was like, what if I join and I make like whatever I need to make, or I'm helping so many people, or I'm changing people's lives, and I'm not gonna do it. Like I'm just saying no because I'm afraid. Like I always took that opportunity and I said yes to it. And I that's how I've always been. Even with my mom's business, like I didn't, like obviously a lot of things happened in between that time and that month that everything happened. I just thought about like, I need to pay my bills. I'm just gonna go to work. But I never thought about like, oh my God, I need to fit it in my schedule because I have a full-time job and I only have 2 days out of a week to make that happen. But that was an obstacle. Like every excuse that you think of, like it's not in like in my bubble like that. It's away. Like I have a bubble, I have a shield that's protecting me from all those excuses because I can, like I want to grow as a person. I want to grow in this business because this is giving me the opportunity to learn about myself and about everything else in life that there is. Like you said so many times, social media marketer is like literally like now it's happening. Like it's happening like in a blink of an eye. And if we don't take that opportunity, like we are just going to be stuck in the same situation, like where we're at.
Exactly. And she finally decided, she was like, well, I'm stuck in this situation right now. I haven't done anything to change it. This person's messaged me and, you know, I've taken an interest, but taking an interest doesn't change your situation. You have to actually do something about it. So, she has literally like every, like not every single day, but like in the very beginning, like she's like, hey, is this okay? Hey, is this message okay? You know, like, hey, what should I do today? Actually, I don't even think she said that because she knew what to do because she was in the team page. She's on all of the Zooms. She's so aware of what to do, like, because she shows up for her business, like not just with messaging, not just with posting, but she shows up for these Zooms. Like me and Gabby have so many talks after Zooms. We're like, oh my gosh, that fired us up. Like, holy cow. Like we are like psychos after Zooms. Okay. But whatever, it's fine because it's just working out for us, you know, because she went Ruby and we're good. But no, and that's the thing is like, she has all of the excuses that she could possibly use, you know, like everyone has the choice to either make money or make excuses. And she's like, screw the excuses. I want to make money. So can you touch on kind of, how did you fit this business into your schedule? You are, you know, a full-time retail manager and you do have like, you know, like a part-time job on the side that you've taken over for your mom. And you even said you barely had time to freaking shower. So how are you making time for this business? Like, can you just like walk us through kind of like what you do each day?
Yeah. So, I start my day, by just, like I said, just posting in my story. That's like the first thing I do. I focus more a little bit of Instagram just because I feel a little bit more comfortable with it. And then just because like my generation is on more slow in Instagram, just more so for like opportunity in the business. So I start with just posting about, like I said, my routine, like if I'm taking my coffee or if I'm, you know, whatever I'm listening. And then the first thing I do when I'm getting ready, I don't listen to music anymore. Like, I don't even know like how to dust. I don't know. I started to listening to a lot of podcasts. I love Rachel Hollis. She's like my girl. Like I follow her like in a heartbeat. I listen to her. I just listen more of a personal development podcast. And then since I didn't know this company was Christian, which I'm not Christian at all. Like I'm neither. I'm just me. My mom is Christian, so she kind of pushed me when she found out that that It Works was more of a Christian, you know, company. She's like, it's a sign, like it's a sign, like it's there for you. Just go for it, and this is gonna help you also, you know, get into more in the religious part. So then I said, you know, yes, okay, whatever, you know, like regular moms. And I started listening to also sermons in the morning just because obviously I can't make it to church. And I wanted to have that different mentality, which I've always had it. I've always been really optimistic and positive, but I've always tried to put that in my daily routine. So when I'm driving, when I'm like cooking, when I'm like doing like literally anything, even when I'm freaking showering, maybe my doggy, I even put like sermons or I put podcasts just because I need to focus. And because I know myself that if I lose track, I lose like literally everything, because that's just how I know myself. So if I don't keep pushing and doing that on a daily basis, it's not gonna, you know, help me in the long term. So I do that, and then I try to message at least I would say like 20 to 25 people in the morning, just to kind of like if it's a follow-up or if it's just like a new person, because I try to I use Captivate to follow people too, so that's also in my daily routine. I try to follow as many people as I can through Captivate app, just because it's much easier in that you can only do it on a daily basis. You can't do it like multiple times in a day. So then I try to like, accept all these people, and I also try to do comment like right in the moment. Like I have the time, like if I have an hour, I accept everyone, and then I like at least 6 or 7 pictures, their first seven pictures in their profile, so they can kind of like know what who I am, and then I accept them. Like, so I see who they are and see if, if they fit into like this business or the products, and then I let them see who I am, and that way they can go see my posts and they can go see my stories and they can see like, oh, who is this girl? Like, I don't know them. And don't get me wrong, I get people that are like, who are you? Like, do I know you? And then obviously those people I always, oh, well, Instagram told me that, or Facebook told me that we might know each other. So we start like from there. So, and that way it's not awkward, because I feel like, when I saw you, Alexa, I was like, who's this girl? But then again, I didn't ask because I don't like to, make it awkward. So I was just like, okay, I'll just leave it at the end. But I have people that say that. So you just kind of have to be prepared for those type of people when they comment that, because it can be a little nervous and you can be like, oh my God, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? So you just want to make it more like comfortable. And then that's how it always starts. And they can always ask like, oh, what do you do? And that's another build up of like your business or either the product. So that's another opportunity that you can have. And then during the day, well, I work, my schedule is different. I work sometimes from 9 to 5:30 or 1 to 9:30. So whenever I get a chance to close and I go in at 1, I try to do everything in the morning, like literally everything, posting. I prep my posts too, just because sometimes, I just lose tracks, and I prep my posts and I save them on my notes, and then I edit and I do my pictures throughout the morning as well. So now I can be ready for the next day when I go in, let's say for instance, at 9. But I always try to be consistent throughout the day, either posting in the morning, midday, or at 9, because there's just different types of people checking their Instagram or Facebook during different times of the day and different times, zones, just, West Coast, East Coast. And that way I can just still be consistent. Blowing up your stories, I don't care. Like, I literally, like, that's not in my vocabulary. Like, I literally post, like, I don't know how many slides, and on the month end, I post literally everything. Because it's like when we go to, like, for instance, when you're watching a movie, like, you see all these previews, right? And you're like, oh my God, I want to watch that movie now because I saw it. And then sometimes they, there was one day that I went to the movie theater and they show, the movie from Lady Gaga, like, I don't know how many times in that same, like, show, like, probably like 4 times. So then in my mind, I'm like, oh, well, they want me to go see it now because I saw already 4 times. So that's how our brain works. So if we see it every day, we see it constantly, like, people are going to be more interested in. So if you don't do that on a daily basis and you just post like randomly, like, in a day, or you just post every 4 hours, like, people are not going to see it. So you have to be really, really consistent. And that's one thing I go by. And that's just how my routine is. And then at night before I go to sleep, I go through all my messages and I just talk to people, follow up, or there's times that I can't respond because I'm at work. I'm not on my phone all the time. So then I get the chance to just leave it closed. I don't open the messages at all, just because I don't want to feel that I read them and then I ignore them, because that's another thing, like, little signs and red flags that they're like, oh, well, this girl sees my message and she's not going to respond to me. So I always leave them closed, and then at the end of the night before I go to sleep, I try to take 1 hour and then just respond to everybody that has been following me. And that's just how I do it. That's my routine. I don't have, sometimes it changes, sometimes it stays the same.
Go away. Sorry, my friends are here. I was like, I gotta do a Zoom. You guys just stay upstairs. They failed to obey. Okay, so when it comes to Instagram messaging, what are you messaging people?
So when it comes to Instagram messaging, I have, let me give you, it's not that long, but it's just kind of, when they comment, where did it go? I had it right here.
It's okay, I'm the same way.
So for instance, if it's like the month end, which is sometimes I focus more sometimes at the very last week of the month, just because depending on what things I have going on, when it's like a follow-up, I always start like, hey, if you're still interested, let me know. If you're able to order this month, it will make a huge difference for me. I'm so close to reaching my promotion, and I've been working towards every day, and you know it. If you can order it, let me know. If anything, you can just also help me by throwing up a post. So I always include, like, if you're still interested, and I always tell that I'm, reaching for that promotion, and then that way I can give them an option if they want to throw me a post, just because I will gain customers from that too. And that's how it is by following up. And then obviously whoever comments, when she says yes, I just send her the info, the host of post, and then you guys know it. And then for where did it go? Oh, here. Then for just regular, like if I don't know the girl, like, and I've been liking their pictures, I just do, hey gorgeous, or hey pretty girl, I was just curious if you want to be a 90-day product model for me using one of our amazing products. I use them on a daily basis, and I know that you're going to be loving them. I have 2 spots right now, and I think you'll fit right into our products. You'll get a huge discount helping me out. Will you have a chance to be interested? And then I that's how I do it. And then the majority of the time they say yes or no. And when they say yes, I'll be like, it's so fun, and it doesn't take tons of your time, and you'll love it. And then I'll just tell them what we have.
Dude, what? That's so good. Oh my gosh, that's literally gold. I've never even heard that script before. That's so awesome.
That's what I've been telling them. So I always try to tell them that I use them, because I feel that when they think that I'm not that it matters, but I feel that customers get more intrigued into like knowing like, oh, because I've had at the beginning when I was using just like regular scripts that you will send me or I will just see, they will always ask me like, how have you tried this? And I'll be like, oh, like no, because I haven't got my shopping spree or something like that, so I haven't tried the product. So once I started, I will let them know that, so they can know that I'm part of this too. I'm not just a salesperson.
Dude, what? I didn't even know that. You need to send me that script. Like, dang, that's so good. Oh, literally saying that, like, you use it on a daily basis is going to, like, and that's the thing, too, is, like, Gabby posts constantly every single day about at least one product. Like, she's very, like, personable. Like, she does, like, videos. Like, she'll talk about her keto coffee, her hydrate, her collagen, her hair, skin, nails. I don't even know what else you have. You have a ton of stuff. You're literally like me. Like, you just order a crap ton of products and then just, like, use all of them, like, at the same exact time. But, like, so she posts about them every day. So her message literally is correlating to her story. So when she messages someone saying, oh, my gosh, I use them on a daily basis. Oh, wow. I'm so shook. They're going to go on her story and look and see that she uses them on a daily basis and be like, okay, like, what is this? Like, even if they don't answer, like, she's planting those seeds. Like, that's so good. And, like, saying that it fits into your schedule. Like, I know when, like, wow, you need to just be double diamond. You need to be triple diamond. You need to be above me. Like, I need to learn from you. Like, literally, like, when you say that it's so fun and then it fits into your schedule, like, sometimes, like, when I say, like, you want to be a product model, like, they're like, oh, I don't have time for that. But you're literally knocking that out right away. It fits into your schedule. Like, you're going to love it. Like, I use them on a daily basis. And then you literally go on your story and talk about how you use them in your daily routine. Wow. You're a genius. Okay. That's so awesome. Yeah. Please send those scripts. If you can send the follow-up message and then the original script that you use, actually send both of those scripts. The product model one and then the one right after where it's like, it's so fun. You know what I'm talking about. But send that in the chat because that's gold. And I'm going to put that in my notes as well. Oh my gosh, I'm like learning so much too. Okay. So wow, I'm like shook right now. So you mentioned personal development and you talked about listening to a sermon and like just basically like replacing your personal development for music, so like you listen to it all the time. How important do you think personal development is to your business? Do you think it's changed your business? Do you think it's helped you? Like, how has personal development like helped you in your business basically?
I honestly would say that it's 100% like a go. Like, you have to have personal development. Like, at the beginning, I wasn't doing it just because of the fact that I will always tell myself like, oh, I don't have time for that. But no, that's just dumb to say. If I wouldn't have pushed myself to this limit, to where I'm at right now, if it wasn't for that. Like, I try to read as many books as I could. it's really, really important because you need someone to push you. Like regardless, if you don't, let's say for instance that you don't have someone that's actually supporting you, like if it's your family or they are supporting you, but not in the way that you want to, because obviously they're not screaming in your face telling you what you actually have to do. They're just going to be like, yeah, you got this, go for it. Like that's not enough. You need someone to be like literally there all the time. So I feel like the more personal development that you do, either if it's a podcast, if it's a book, either it's anything, you need it, because that's how I feel that I've grown as a person and I've grown as everything, because I didn't know anything about this before. So it has helped me in pretty much in everything. I'm not gonna just say what, but it pretty much in everything. And the month that it was last month that I reached Ruby, I literally, thank God I was off. I woke up and I told myself, this is the day. I still had one more day because I remember it was the 29th. And I still have one more day, but I want to do this day. I woke up, I put on one of the sermons, not sermons, it was just a motivational, I think it was like 3 or 4 hour video from YouTube, and I think you sent it to me. And I was literally listening to that the whole day on my computer. And then I was literally just messaging everyone because I needed to have that person in my face, not in my face, but like that voice next to my ear telling me like, you have to do this for this reason, like you joined for this reason, like I needed to have that. And I feel if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have probably reached Ruby, and I would have probably like still be trying to reach Ruby until now. Because I think that it's really, really important, because we just lose track of ourselves and we don't get to learn things on ourselves besides from everything that we just see on a daily basis. But you need definitely that dedication and that personal development. And if you can involve it in your life in a daily routine, like it's like awesome. Like we're always driving. I mean, I'm always driving, and I'm sure you guys are too. But if you can just involve it in your drive to work or anything, like that's awesome.
That's so true. Yeah. And I think something that I've kind of realized is people are starting to like, like when I first enroll someone, they're getting their 4 or 5 customers to earn their $100 shopping spree, like they're posting, they're doing what they can. And then, it comes to me talking to them about their, wow, sorry, I can't speak. Me talking to them about their promotion of Ruby. And then all of a sudden, all of these doubts come in, all of these fears come in, all of these worries come in, all of like these what ifs come in. And Ruby's sometimes the hardest promotion to get to, because the thing with Ruby is you've never started a business for the most part, probably. I don't know, maybe you have, but for the most, like this was my first business that I started. I didn't know what I was going to expect. I didn't know people were going to, like doubt me. I didn't know I was going to have my own doubts. I didn't know that, this was all like a mind game, basically. Like I had no idea. Self-development, I heard that and I was like, who's that? What is that? I don't know what that is. Like literally, like I had to like literally Google it and look up the freaking like definition of self-development. Like I had no idea what that was. And so I think that's so important for you to start self-development when you're first starting, because Ruby can be your most difficult promotion because you're overcoming the most that you've had to overcome. Like you have to like shape your mind. Like you have to like figure out, like you have to be positive. Like, and so much of the time that like people are so like, like they just go right to the negatives. They go right to, hope for the best, but expect the worst. No, expect the best, do the best, like be your best. Like you can do the best that you can possibly do if you just have the right mindset. And so I think that that's just such a huge part of Ruby is like, having the right mindset to do that, because yeah, Ruby seems super intimidating at first, but then all of a sudden it's like, I got this, I can do this. This person's saying I can do this. This person overcame this, like this obstacle that I watched on this YouTube video, like God's on my side, like all this stuff. And then all of a sudden you're just on fire. Like I remember I had enough volume to help Gabby go Ruby at the end. She's like, no, she's like, don't put it there. She's like, I want to do it. And I was like, okay. And so like, and she ended up having enough volume to go Ruby. Okay, because she had the self-development that she needed in order to do that for herself. There's a lot of people that would have been like, oh, 500, like, I don't even know how far. I can't remember. I think it was like 383 at the very end of the month. And it was like, 383, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. But she's like, no, step out of the way, sister. Like, I got this. Like, she was like ready. And I was like, dang, girl, like, like you're ready for diamond, like, seriously. And so another thing that I wanted to touch on is, did your whole team work, Gabby? Did your whole team work?
No.
Okay, so I want you to go over, what is your mindset of that? Do you think, like, did you rely on your team for your promotion?
No, I didn't rely on them just because I've always been I've always been really independent. And even though I knew that they were going to help me and I knew they were going to, give me that push to, reach that promotion, I never relied on them. And then at the beginning, I'm going to be honest, and I hope that you guys don't make that same mistake. I just was looking for people to fill those boxes. I was literally just looking for people, which is good. Don't get me wrong, because at the end of the day, they're still going to, help you for your chart. That's nothing wrong with that. But I was just looking for people, and the people that I got were the wrong people. Because they were I feel that they had the same mentality as I had when I joined, of like, oh, I'm just going to be posting pretty pictures and I'm just going to be promoting these products. And that's it, because that's how I started with all these many people that I talked to. They're like, wait, I'm getting confused. I thought I was just going to be promoting like the products. And I'm like, no, like you have to like actually do some work. So when I noticed that all these people were leaving me, I just asked myself, like, what was I doing? Like, what was I telling them? Like, where the scripts were working, or was it just like the wrong people? So I noticed that it was just the people, like, nowadays I feel that a lot of people want everything easy and they don't want actually to work for it. So, and I see it also on a daily basis, like in my regular job, I work in sales. So it's almost, it's really similar. And I see it from my associates, which they just like, oh, like, I don't want to sell like another pair of jeans. And I'm like, well, dude, like you need to make your goal. And that way you can also bonus, because we also have a bonus program. But, it's just really easy for everybody just to be like, oh, I'm just going to be promoting. So I was pretty much alone until I would say this past month. I have one distributor under me, and then I would say 2 distributors under me that are actually working. One just started recently, and she's honestly killing it. I love her. She started as a customer, and she wanted to become a distributor. So, because she knew that, this was going to help her, to make some income for her family, like everything. But I've literally done everything by myself. And I don't get me wrong, there were so many times that I texted Alexa and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so nervous. Like, all these people are leaving me. Like, what do I have to tell them to stay? Like, but I thought to myself, like, if they want to leave, like, I'm not gonna hold anything for you. I'm not gonna worry about you, because you're just gonna drag me down. That was at the very end, when I noticed the second batch of people that I enrolled like literally left me. So I put that in my mentality that I needed to do this on my own, and then whoever was gonna jump in this business, we're going to be the right people. And I'm still waiting for the right people. I feel that I have these 2 people, these distributors in my team right now, which I feel that they're great and they're going to succeed if they put the effort and they put, everything towards this business. And I'm just, being hopeful, and I have so much faith that the right people are just going to come through.
Yes. Oh, dude, that mindset, no, like Ruby's like that, like that's such like a good mindset to have, you guys. And that's the thing is like, I'm just so like in awe of this person, because like she's Ruby. She's the first promotion, and she already has the mind, like she has the exact mindset that I have of everything. Like, okay, you don't want to work? Bye. Like, like I know that I have to message this many people. Okay, cool. Like, I know that I have to get over myself and realize that this isn't just posting. This isn't just, being like a pretty picture. This is more than that. And that's what's going to help change my family, And so like she like, and that's what I'm saying, Ruby thinking like a diamond, like y'all, like she got rid of the excuses. Like, even though her team wasn't working, like she still persisted, like she still did it. She has a positive mindset, and like she is her own runner. She's her own runner right now. And like, she knows that if she keeps running, people are going to start running with her. And it's just a matter of time. And she knows not to drag dead weight. She knows, like, I remember when I was Ruby that, like, I would message, like, I would be like, okay, what do I send this person? I would message them these long paragraphs about why they can't stop, why they need to do this, why that. But if I'm trying to convince them to do it, they're not going to do it, because this is all a self-discipline, like you know, I'm trying to think of like it's just self-success, I guess. I don't know. Like, this is for yourself. Like, you know, like, you join this business for yourself at first. And if yourself isn't, like, you know, like, your priority at first, and if, like, you changing your life isn't a priority for you, okay, bye, see ya. Like, even when I was Ruby, I remember I would yell, like, literally, like, sorry, I'm so sorry, old distributors, but I would yell at my old distributors because they weren't working. I'm like, what are you doing? Why aren't you working? And they would tell me, and, you know, I would just send them all of these different messages about why they need to do this, Gabby didn't even waste a single freaking breath. And that is so strong of her, because she's like, you know, I'm sure it would have been easier to promote if they were working. I'm so sure of that. You know, like, it's always easier to promote when people are working, but it's harder to promote when you're wasting your time dragging that dead weight, talking to these people, sending them paragraph messages about why they need this, and they don't want it. They already quit. They are, like, in their hearts, in their brains, like, in their mind, they already quit and they're already done. I wasted so much time doing that, and Gabby didn't waste a single freaking second. Like, she is, I just love you. Like, literally, like, you are just so, like, that's just a mindset that, like, people don't get until way later. You know, like, Gabby basically went Ruby by herself. And, like, and I even told her, hey, I have volume that I can help you with. No, get it away from me. I'm going to do it myself. Like, she has, like, you know, like, and I just think that that's so important to realize, is, like, she already knows she's her own freaking runner. She knows that she can get to any promotion that she wants as long as she's running. And she knows that as long as she keeps going, the team that she wants and the team that she dreams for and hopes for, they're going to come. It's just a matter of time. But if she stops, they're not going to come. So I think that's just, like, so, like, we just have to recognize her for that, because she's just, like, such a rock star for that. You know, like, there's so many people where if one person quits, like, they're like, I'm done. My team isn't working. I quit. Like, I know I even thought about quitting. Like, you guys, like, self-development, like, this is why she is here. Self-development, working on herself, like, being consistent. Guys, she's even more consistent than me sometimes, I swear. Like, being consistent every single day, posting on your story, messaging, having genuine connections. Like, Gabby is, like, the epitome of, like, how people should be in this business. And she's only a freaking Ruby. And why is she like that? She showed up to Zoom. She showed up for self-development. She showed up for herself. Like, she is just killing it. And so I don't even know what next question to literally even ask you, because, like, I just want to, like, worship you. But I guess one thing, well, since you are kind of new, you know, like, and you did just promote to Ruby, what's a tip that you think you would give to new distributors just starting this business? Like, what's something that you feel like you didn't really know when you started that you wish you knew, so that it was, you know, like, a little bit easier for you, I guess?
I would say pretty much don't wait for even your upline to, like, message you or tell you what you need to do. Like, I feel that, like, the way I tell these girls when I sign them up is that they're giving us all the tools. Everything it's given, it's just up for you if you want to, like, learn from that. So I right away I always add them to, like, all the groups, and I always tell them, like, I always tag them first of all on everything that I can think of, and then just go ahead and explore everything in the post ideas group, and the sample messages, and the well, what is it called now, elite something page,
Elite Empire.
Yeah, Elite Empire. And just go there and navigate, because if you're already doing it and navigating in somebody else's life, why can't you do this on learning everything that everybody from your upline or everybody from the top is posting and doing? Like, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You're going to take 20 minutes looking at somebody else's life, take 20 minutes to go and learn what you need to do and what you need to focus on. So that way you already know. So when the time comes, they say, for instance, when Alexa messaged me, do you know how to chart? And I was like, yes. Because I went to go watch that video. I went to go watch whatever I needed to do. And then just taking the initiative and the sense of urgency to learn. I would say that that's the first thing. And that way you can, you know, grow from there. Cause that's how I told myself, that's all the things that I did. And I'm successful in my first promotion. But then again, I'm still learning. Like, this is I'm not gonna stay in Ruby for like so long. I hope not. But that's just how I did. I will give you guys that advice.
I love that. Yeah. As long as you keep going, like, you know, you're going to keep promoting. And, you know, like, you were pushing, I think, like, you were pushing for the 5 months. Honestly, like, you know, like, I remember, like, and I literally, like, went back in our messages because I was like, you know, like, I just need to, like, remember, like, I just had to refresh my memory. And you didn't wait for me. Like, you messaged me first and you were like, hey, I'm doing this. Is this okay? Hey, I'm doing this. Hey, I'm posting this. Is this okay? And I'm like, yeah, like, you know, and like, she didn't wait. She never waited for me to tell her what to do because she is responsible for her own business. Even though I'm responsible for training her, of course, she's responsible for her own business and she knows that. And so she never waited for me, you know, like, if anything, like, you know, like, I wasn't even like ready to send her anything yet. And then she's like, hey, I'm doing this. And I'm like, well, all right, that's like step 7, but you know, that's cool with me. Like, you know, like, because she was just constantly learning. She's constantly learning. And she knows that even though she hit Ruby, she hasn't arrived because she's going to keep learning. She's going to keep growing. She's going to keep, you know, like, changing what she's doing or improving it or whatever it might be, you know, because every promotion, there's going to be different types of, you know, obstacles and, you know, things that you have to get over and new things that you have to learn. And, you know, so I think that's just super important is that, like, she already knows she's still learning and she was resourceful. She did what she had to do in order to get to where she needed to go because the resources are there. You just have to like utilize them basically. And so one of the last questions I want to ask is, I heard this from Morgan McIntyre because I was like, I'm like Zoom copying right now because I don't know what questions to ask, but I thought this was a really good one. In your opinion, what separates people that are successful in this business and people that are unsuccessful?
I'm trying to find the word. I get lost in my brain. I would say, like, being strict on yourself, like, pretty much being strict on yourself and, you know, see the vision that you want in your life. And like, to dream big. Like, I feel that there's nothing wrong by dreaming big. There's days that I wake up and I'm like, one day I'm going to have my own house. Like, one day I'm going to be debt free. Like, one day I'm going to, you know, do whatever I want to do. And I feel that being strict and have that vision and, like, you know, talking to yourself and what else can you do, like, for you and for others. I feel that for me, that's to be successful because you are growing as a person and you're taking care of yourself and you are living and you're helping others people, like, live and be better. Like, that's just, and in this business, that's just how I see it. And like in anything, and just being consistent, like super consistent in everything. Like, in your own person, like, if you're working out, being consistent. Like, there's no words for quitting. There's no words for, like, I don't have time. And just, you know, keep pushing every single day and ignore everyone. Like, ignore every comment, ignore every remark, ignore, like, everyone's gonna have a bad opinion about everything. Until now, everybody says the worst, and even included in my family. My sister keeps telling me I love her to death, but she keeps telling me, like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And I'm like, because I have a vision, because I have a dream. Like, I want to go for that. I don't want to just settle for whatever. And you know, and just look on what you have and what you want out of this, and then just being consistent. That's the way I see it.
You're so awesome. Oh my God. That's so true because your why is going to drive you. Like, more than like you can even realize. So if you don't have a why, if your why is just, oh, I want an extra $500 a month. Okay, well, why? Why do you want that? Oh, I want an extra 2,000. Why? What is that going to do for you? How is that going to help you? Is it just going to help you breathe better? Is it going to help you pay off debt? Is it going to help you with your car? Is it going to help you with your gas? Like, what is it going to do for you? It can't just be money. You have to have a reason behind it, because if that money is just going to sit in your account and just collect dust, then well, what's the point of you earning it? What is the reason why you need that money? And I think that's extremely important, especially in this business, especially if you want to get far, is people that are successful in this business have a big, big, big vision. They might not have had it at first. It might have been, oh, I want to pay for diapers. Oh, I want to pay for gas or groceries or whatever it is. But their vision constantly is getting bigger and bigger and bigger because they have dreamed bigger. Because, you know, if you want to go Ruby and, you know, like your why is just, oh, like, I just want to pay for gas. Okay, well, if you pay for gas, then boom, you're done. Oh, that's your why. Now you're going to stay at Ruby for 25 years. No, you have to have something bigger. Do you want a bigger house? Do you want to, you know, be able to travel? Like, do you want that freedom? Like, what do you want out of it? And I think that's so huge, especially at Ruby. Like, I'm just like, guys, I'm just saying, like, she's Ruby. Like, she's the first freaking rank and she has that vision. Like, she already has those goals. And another thing is when she said being strict on herself, self-discipline, period. When you don't feel like doing it, do it anyways. When you don't feel like being consistent, be consistent, because I don't even know how many times I've heard that from people, that the successful people are consistent. Gabby is consistent every single day. And because of that, because she's consistent every day, that's why she's going to move up. Because she has a vision, that's why it's going to drive her. And so that's like, I don't know. I'm just like literally shook by you. Like, you are just so awesome. And I think the fact that you have a vision so early on is just so special and so, you know, important. And I think it's something that a lot of people need to hear, because, you know, like you hear, you know, double diamonds, triple diamonds, presidential saying, oh, I want to do this and this. And, you know, like some people are just distributors and they're like, well, I can't do that. But like, you know, you have to have that vision, because you, like, if you don't have that vision, you're not going to have that drive to even get there, you know? And so, and if you don't think you're going to be able to do it, think about setting your vision and then saying, this is what I want and this is what I'm going to go get. And then you're going to go do it, because now it's set in your brain, you know, like you have that mindset, you have that reason why, and you're going to go do it. Over hell or high water, as Cheyenne Knox says. Like, I think I'm just like a copier of like everyone on Zooms, but literally over hell or high water, like you're gonna do it. And so thank you so much for being on. I know you were a little nervous and you literally killed it. Like, you probably inspired so many people. This is gonna be on my YouTube, so people are gonna be able to watch it, and I promise you, like, you are going to inspire so many people from this. So thank you so much for being on. I really, really appreciate it. And you did awesome.
Thank you. I hope that you guys, you know, enjoyed my video. I mean, I'm still nervous. I don't know. Sometimes my words just get all mixed up, but, you know, thank you for having me.
No, you did awesome. Seriously. Like, you're like, this is what I'm going to send like my future Rubies. Like, just watch this and do what she does, and then you'll be good. Like, literally, like, you did awesome. But I'm still awkward at signing off on these, but I hope you guys have an awesome night, and thank you all for being on, even though I know it's so late for some of you people. And yeah, I'll see you in the team page, I guess. Bye.
Bye.